All right, so President Trump's campaign says that he plans to resume rallies in the next few weeks. Meantime, presumptive nominee Joe Biden is continuing sort of virtual campaign fundraisers. Nicole Sganga and Erickson has the latest on both campaigns.
Campaign trail, President Trump expected to restart his signature arena-style rallies in the next 2 weeks, according to top campaign officials. Now, campaign aides are still deliberating over the locations and the venues for these rallies to come in the month, but they haven't made any decisions yet. Campaign manager Brad Parscale is expected to present options to the president this week. The president will, of course, make the final decision. But this comes amid coronavirus pandemic recovery. We know that this week alone, 22 states are seeing an uptick in new coronavirus cases. According to our own CBS News medical contributor, Dr. David Agus, coronavirus cases are expected to spike in about 4 weeks following nationwide protests in the United States. He says there's no guidelines from the CDC for gatherings of thousands of people. And amid troubled waters, the Trump campaign has recruited 2 former allies of the president and his 2016 campaign. Jason Miller and Boris Epshteyn will both join the 2020 campaign operation. This after the president has trailed Joe Biden in several polls that have come out as of recent in battleground states and nationwide. And in the ongoing deliberations to find a location for the president's acceptance speech for his party's nomination, the Republican National Convention, RNC Chairwoman McDaniel announcing this morning she hopes to have a decision about the location of that speech by the end of the week. We know at CBS News we were the first to report that RNC officials were looking at Savannah, Georgia yesterday, and they'll be in Phoenix, Arizona today. A number of states have stepped up to volunteer to host the convention. Again, amid coronavirus pandemic recovery, that event is expected to draw about 19,000. And for all things politics, I'm going to bat it over now to my friend and colleague, Erickson, who's covering the Biden campaign. Hi, Bo.
Thanks, Nicole. Joe Biden's campaign last week told supporters that they would pause soliciting online donations for a short time as the country continues to grapple with George Floyd's death. But throughout this period, they have continued their big dollar, now virtual, private fundraisers. CBS News has obtained at least 6 invites for these private virtual fundraisers over the next 9 days. And what is interesting about these fundraisers is that they are all hosted by women who are expected to be undergoing the VP vetting process from Biden's campaign right now. And so this begs the question whether or not fundraising is now a necessary part of the VP vetting process going on. Senator Kamala Harris will join Joe Biden this week for a fundraiser, followed by Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham and then Congresswoman Val Demings, and then lastly, Obama administration alumni Susan Rice. But one of the most interesting virtual fundraisers is with Senator Elizabeth Warren, who, as some of you may know, was one of the most vocal opponents of these private big dollar fundraisers when she was running for president. In order to join along with Biden and Warren next week at this virtual fundraiser, donations need to be around $250 all the way up to $100,000. That sure is a lot of money. For CBSN, I'm Erickson, CBS News.